Okay, let's talk about healing a yeast infection naturally. There's a lot of different things that you guys can do to help heal this naturally. Sometimes it gets to the point where you need to go to the doctor and like get some sort of antifungal, or just run to your like local drugstore and grab like an antifungal off the shelf. But there's some other more like natural or like alternative ways that you can do. Generally, like doctors and stuff will recommend to go get tested either way to make sure that you're actually trying to treat what you think you have, because it could be other things other than a yeast infection. Like there could be BV, it could be like a STI or something. So just making sure that it's actually what you think it is. But let's say you have a yeast infection, you could use topical apple cider vinegar that is diluted to help kind of treat the itchiness. Like in the meantime, it might not work to fully get rid of it, but it can definitely help the itch. We'll have like literally put yogurt, like plain yogurt up there, and like, in theory that is a thing because the lactobacillus, whatever probiotics are in that yogurt, can help to kind of repopulate it. Lactobacillus is like the most abundant bacteria down there that you want. It helps keep your vagina acidic, and that's kind of the whole thing behind that. But I mean, you could just go to your drugstore and get a like specific vaginal suppository that will definitely work way better than yogurt. And yogurt, I feel like that could be so messy. But anyway, I digress. You could also use boric acid suppositories. You do not take that internally. That's just a suppository like that you put up your vagina. You do not take that by a pill. Getting a good brand of that can work really well for like BV, yeast infections, but with that it tends to kill off a lot of bacteria. I've read a little bit about that, so I mean, using that long term a lot, I would say personally might damage the microbiome, but do not quote me on that because I don't know for sure. You could just get an antifungal from your drugstore. Those work really well. You could also get a probiotic, like a woman's formulated probiotic that you can take orally. Make sure that your diet is in check, you are balancing proteins, carbs, healthy fats, and you're not just eating a ton of sugar. You're not eating random carb treats by themselves, because that can make your blood sugar wonky, which can disrupt your vaginal microbiome. You also want to make sure that you're not using any products that you're really sensitive to. Certain people can be sensitive to different condom types. You can be sensitive to certain lubes and like not anti-sperms, what's it called? Spermicides. You can be sensitive to those, so just kind of be aware of that while still taking the proper precautions. And also be aware of any washes that you're using down there, any like bath products that you could be using, because that can also irritate your microbiome and then cause issues. I also have a full blog post on like yeast infections and stuff on my blog, caretotango.com, so you can reach that in my link in my bio if you want to read more on the topic.